Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, glad to have you back with us today. This is Dean Barwick, your host for the Money Talk Show. Hey, listen, today we're doing how to avoid the top 12 IRA and legacy planning mistakes. We're doing mistake number 6. And this has been an exciting series. And in today's segment, we're going to touch on something that is very dear to my heart in legacy planning. And we're going to go into that in just a minute. Before we do, let me tell you a little bit about who we are. Now, you know, my name is Dean Barwick. I am the president and founder of Acquire Capital Management. And we are a registered investment advisory firm here in the state of California. Now, if you are looking for financial advice and you are wanting to ask a question about any of the topics that we've covered in any of our series, go to the Money Talk Show, and there's an advisor referral form there. And I understand, you know, we do all of our broadcasting through the Money Talk Show. They broadcast literally all over the world through the internet, but in the 50 United States, we're licensed in California. But the Money Talk Show works with great advisors all over the country, great fee-based financial planners, financial advisors who can help you out with these topics that we're talking about. Go to their website. They have a great referral service for advisors, and also ask a question. They'll get back to you on that. And they also sponsor financial workshops all over the country as well. Okay, we've got that out of the way. Let's move on. Now, in today's segment, which is mistake number 6 in IRA and legacy planning, and that is dealing with what I call a stretch IRA. Some people call it a multi-generational IRA. And that is when beneficiaries fail to stretch their IRA distributions. Now, has anybody listening today, any of you heard of a stretch IRA or a multi-generational IRA? A lot of you probably have, not everybody. Probably a good portion of you have not. Well, in mistake number 6, we're going to highlight this concept and illustrate what happens when beneficiaries fail to stretch their IRA distributions. Alrighty, let's do this. Now, non-spousal beneficiaries must generally take distributions from inherited IRAs, whether transferred or not, within 5 years after the death of the IRA owner. Now, an exception to this rule applies if the beneficiary elects to take distributions over his or her lifetime, and this is often referred to as stretching the IRA. Now, with the Tax Reform Act of 1986, Congress passed a law that allows for multi-generational distributions for IRA assets. Now, you can see where this really comes into legacy planning and how important this is. Now, stretch IRA distributions throughout yours, your children's, and your grandchildren's lifetime really creates that legacy that you're passing on to multiple generations. It's very important. All right, well, listen, I'm excited about this. Let's take a look at an example over here. And, of course, we've got Mr. and Mrs. Cleaver, their children, Wally and the Beaver, and their grandchildren, Eddie, Lumpy, and Gilbert. And you can see all their ages here. And so this is an assumption we're using for this illustration. We're using a hypothetical annual rate of return on their assets of 5%. Pretty reasonable, I think. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the next slide. Now, in the next slide, we're looking at the potential of stretching the IRA throughout multiple generations. And then we're going to take a look at what the costs of missing this option truly are. So today in our scenario, Mr. Cleaver, he has an IRA with a current balance of $350,000. So as we can see now, and you go through this, Mrs. Cleaver's income from age 70 to 85 has been $489,136. Mrs. Cleaver passes away at 85. Mr. Cleaver, passes away at age 85. Mrs. Cleaver passes away at 88. Now, Mrs. Cleaver's income from age 82 to 88 is $229,792. And I apologize, the first one was Mr. Cleaver's, not Mrs. Cleaver's. This one's Mrs. Cleaver's. And she inherits the IRA of $578,366. And then you can see what Wally receives, and the Beaver and Eddie and Lumpy and Gilbert. But the total income to all IRA recipients, the total income to Stretch on the Stretch IRA concept comes out to $2,064,256. Now, I'm going to show you how drastically this number can change if our beneficiaries fail to stretch their IRA. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Now here in this scenario, we see Mr. Cleaver's IRA value again is $350,000, and the income, of course, is the same from 70 to 85 is $489,136. Now Mr. Cleaver passes away at age 85. Mrs. Cleaver passes away at 88. And her income from 82 to 88 was $229,792, and Mrs. Cleaver had inherited the IRA of $578,366. Now, at this point, his beneficiaries may have that option, Mr. Cleaver's beneficiaries, to stretch the IRA through their lifetimes. If they do not stretch the IRA, when they're going to inherit the balance as of the date of Mrs. Cleaver's passing, as we can see, there's a total of $502,625 that will be distributed accordingly, which is taxed immediately, having a greater effect on each person's incremental tax rates that would be necessary. Now, this severely limits the ability to grow the inheritance on that tax-deferred basis throughout the lifetimes, and ends up costing our loved ones almost $850,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of money to pay that you don't have to. That's a lot of money to lose that you did not have to lose. Now let's take a look at this next slide. Now, the beneficiaries fail to stretch the IRA distributions. Total income to all IRA stretch concept, that's using the Stretch IRA, was $2,064,256. The total income to all missing the stretch, when they didn't utilize that Stretch IRA concept, was $1,221,553. Now remember, we're looking at an average rate of return of 5%. This money's been growing. But by failing to stretch the IRA, $842,703 of lost income. That's why it's so important when we talk about IRA and legacy planning. There are some great opportunities, great tax advantages, but boy, there's some very strict scenarios. If we don't follow it to the T, we could really lose a lot of money. And again, back on my soapbox, that's why it's so important that you work with a qualified, fee-based financial planner, financial advisor who can help you structure these types of legacy plans, IRA planning, your financial planning, so that you can take advantage of this and you don't lose large sums of money like that. You know, greed may also be playing a role in failing to stretch distributions. Fortunately, there are certain insurance companies that I work with actually that will allow you to open up an IRA and incorporate spendthrift clauses for your beneficiaries. And this is important. If you have that spendthrift clause for your beneficiary, this ensures your legacy is stretched appropriately. And only certain insurance companies actually will allow this option, and you'll not find this benefit with just any brokerage account. So if that's something you're looking for, go to the Money Talk Show under advisor referral. Make sure that you list that in there, and we'll help you find somebody in your state that has those insurance companies available to them, and that they're also very well versed on doing stretch IRAs, because sometimes people's greed will want to, they get this large sum of money, they want to go out and buy boats and planes, or maybe not planes, but new homes and cars, and spend everybody's inheritance, where maybe you decided you wanted that to be passed on to multiple generations. So if that's something that's important to you, we can really take care of that as well. Now, my clients' beneficiaries stretch their IRA distributions. And our firm's IRA legacy software illustrates your designated beneficiaries for multiple generations to ensure your legacy is carried out exactly the way you intended it, as well as offering you the advantages of stretching and maximizing your IRA distributions. So if this is something that's important to you, you'd like to get a little more information on this, again, go to the Money Talk Show under Advisor Referral, and they will set you up. That I've got some really awesome software we use here, and the Money Talk Show has relationships with advisors all over the country, and we've made this available to these advisors, and so you can take that advantage or take advantage of that regardless of what state you live in. So contact the Money Talk Show, and they'll get you set up with somebody that can do that for you. Hey, let's do another quick money question. We haven't done one of these on the IRA and legacy planning for a while. The question is, number one question is, what is a Stretch IRA also known as? We mentioned it in the beginning of the segment, but we didn't use this terminology throughout this segment. Well, the answer is a multi-generational IRA. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, listen, it's been great having you here on the Money Talk Show, talking about the 12, how to avoid the 12 most common IRA and legacy planning mistakes. And I really love this number 6, the Stretch IRA concept, and the beneficiaries who fail to do that, how much it can cost them, and showing you the benefits of putting that in place. But if you have any questions, again, go to the Money Talk Show. If you'd like to get more information about any of these topics, go to either Advisor Referral, or, they have the financial workshops all over the country. Those are taught by financial professionals, no cost to you, and they are an educational workshop. There's no business conducted, no product sold. It's really just there to benefit you. So, and that's also a great way for you to meet some of the financial professionals in your area before you choose to do business with them, if you'd like that. So anyway, we recommend you take advantage of all the services provided through the Money Talk Show. And until next time, this is Dean Barwick, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.